Hello, Virgo. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is your energy update for the month of August 2021. I hope you're doing well. Virgo, be sure to check out your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, and your Venus sign for a full picture of the energies that you've got going on in August. I've got a live show 3 times a week live here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. I would love to see you in there. And if you're interested in a private reading with me, they are available from my website, behealing.com. You'll find a link for that in the description box below. So let's find out what your cards are for August. Starting off with Grace, so things are in the flow. This is great energy because it's you feeling like the luckiest person on earth. Like everything's just working out for you. The signs, the synchronicities, everything's falling into place. It's great energy, that. What else for Virgo? Tending the garden. Okay, so you're going to be working for it. You're going to have to sort out your environment, tend to the garden within yourself, sorting out your environment, your emotional state, your focus, that kind of thing. So it could be a month of you definitely thinking about how to find that stability, how to set the environment straight for you to be in that flow of the good energy, to make yourself lucky in a way. Right, so let's get the tarot out. I'm going to do 4 rows here. Sometimes they can come out as week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. It might come out like that, but it might also just be a mishmash of the energies that you got for the whole month. Just take it as it resonates. Chicken, you can't come here. I'm busy. Oh dear, starting off with the Tower. That can be a surprise. It can be. We'll see. I'll get some clarifying cards out to find out what that energy is. I'm going to move this camera down a little bit because you're not going to be able to see the cards very shortly. What else for Virgos? What else for Virgo? The 4 of Cups, feeling a little bit disappointed. Chicken's in on it. She's managed to get ahead in the video. I love it. What else for Virgo? First card I was told. 5 of Pentacles, feeling a bit left out there, or leaving yourself out of things. And what else for Virgo? What else is in the energies for August for Virgo? The 6 of Cups, reminiscing. This can be the soulmate or twin flame energy as well. Let's see. I'm just going to fix this camera position. I thought I'd got it right before I started filming, but obviously not. Okay. Let's move it down a little bit there. You can see more of the cards and less of my hair. Right, so let's get some clarifiers out for this for you, Virgo. Why the Tower then? What is this? This can be things falling apart. It can be the universe like giving you a nasty surprise, but it can also be the universe giving you a good surprise. Like just something out of the blue. Surprise party, or someone showing up that you weren't expecting. Tell us what this is. The 4 of Inspiration and the 7 of Emotions. So it's a surprise. 4 of Emotions. No, 4 of Inspiration, sorry. 4 of Inspiration is the marriage card. So this could be somebody surprising you from your past. It could be someone that you were married to before. If you were married before, they could be getting in touch. Or someone that you had a serious relationship with, some kind of commitment with, could be getting in touch out of the blue. This could be energies. It's like revisiting kind of an energy I'm getting from this. So someone from the past, someone that maybe you thought you wanted to have a serious relationship with, Virgo. But there's choices to be made now, and you might be making those choices differently than you would have made them in the past. In other words, you've changed, you know more now, you've gained some wisdom, or you've realized that you want different now. It's something like that. So there's a new choice to be made with an old person that turns up out of the blue, is what it feels like to me. Or this could be a new person coming in as well. Surprise, the universe, you might be ready for a relationship, for a committed relationship, and a new person could be showing up, surprising you here. And then comes the difficult part of, do you choose them? Options there. Tell us what's behind this for Virgo. Letting go and anger. So for some of you, this is going to be about someone from the past, someone from the past. It could have been that you were married with, or someone that you had some kind of a commitment in a romantic relationship with. And yeah, it could be a surprise, a shock to you as to how much you were putting up with in the past, that kind of thing. Because you've changed so much, you've learned so much about yourself. They come back in, it's like, whatever was I thinking being with them, or thinking that I wanted to be with them, or wanting to commit to them. What was I doing? Is that kind of thing. So anger could come up in this, but letting go for sure. And sometimes it's good that the anger comes up. It helps us to let go. Do you know what I mean? It's easier to let go of someone if you're angry about it. It's harder to let go of someone if you're holding a torch for them. Yeah. Nothing wrong with anger. Suppressed anger, however, is another matter. Suppressed anger, when we suppress it, it can build up inside of us and then turn to rage. Now, rage is a problem because it's indiscriminate. Anger, when it's faced with like bad behavior, if we're faced with someone's bad behavior, sure, it should make us angry. It's a call to do something different, to react in a different way, to deal with things in a different way, to not let that person or their behavior impact us anymore, to make a change. Negative emotions are always about that, and so nothing wrong with anger, and there's nothing wrong with anger allowing you to let go of someone as well. You know, we manifest with our focus and with our emotions in a highly emotional state, whether it's good or bad. And there is no good or bad emotions, by the way, they're just emotions. But you know what I mean. The ones that we prefer, let's put it that way, the ones that we least like having. Um, they all manifest, right? They all manifest. So if you think about it, have you ever been to a place where there's been horrific things happen, like a lot of people dying there or something like that, a war? Where there's been a war, and you can feel that energy still. That's because there's a lot of manifestational energy there. They had certain thoughts and they had a heightened emotional state that manifested into something, and you can still feel it. Such powerful manifestational energy that the energy still lingers. Same with love. Same, go into a temple, an old temple. You'll feel it there. You feel when there's a lot of love in a place, you feel when there's been a lot of trauma in a place, and you can feel it. Now, we might prefer to manifest through love, heightened in our emotions, but there's nothing wrong with manifesting through anger. If you think about it, when people are passionate about something because they're really against it, that can be very powerful force, right? Whereas if you're just wishy-washy about something, you're not that bothered about it, you're not passionate about it, there's no love or hate there, there's no anger, there's nothing much, it's going to be very hard to manifest something from that. We need that feeling. It's the power. It's like the thoughts of the it's just one part of the manifestation, like the thoughts. I was going to say like electricity then, but it's not. It's different. It's like the thoughts of the ether, and then the emotion is the. It's like the thought is the machine, and then the emotion is the electricity that plugs that machine in, and that's what manifests. So the Four of Cups here, you're feeling a bit left out because you feel trapped, disappointed because you feel trapped. Trapped in what? What are you trapped in? Virgo, how do you feel trapped here? Are you repeating the same lessons over and over again? Are you not taking action on that? Are you not noticing that feeling of anger and changing what it is that you're doing? Because you can't change anyone else. You're not going to stop them from existing in the world or being like that. You can change how you react to it though. Um, so no matter how much work you do on yourself, yes, your life is going to get better, but it doesn't make other people go away or change their behavior in any way at all. It's just the way that you react to it and the way that you deal with it. And so the better you get at manifesting and healing yourself and feeling at peace with yourself and all of that, you're not going to change the outside world with that, but you will deal with the outside world in a different way, in a more empowered way. And so some people have that wrong. Some law of attraction teachers have that wrong, as if you can change the world outside of yourself by changing the world inside of yourself. You don't. You just change the way that you react to it. So there's all kinds of people out there, and if you are attracting or letting in the same kinds of people because you're acting the same kind of way to them all the time, you're not open to all the different kinds of people. So you're not locked into anything, you're not locked into anything at all, but you can have that perception because you just keep on dealing with things in the same way, or the same kind of people in the same way. Maybe you keep on letting the same kind of people in. Maybe you're choosing to be friends or lovers with the same kind of a person and then lamenting why they're like that. Well, because you choose them. Because you keep on choosing those same ones. You could reject them and you could go out looking for different kinds of people. Because look, unlimited possibilities. I can feel it. There's every kind of person out there. So how come? There's every kind of experience out there. So how come you keep on having the same kind of experiences? Makes no sense. You're doing it. And yeah, and you can learn to deal with the world in a different way, deal with people in a different way, to cut out what it is that you don't want so that you're not accepting it anymore. So leaving yourself out of it, and this may be why you're not doing that, Virgo. You might just be including yourself in it, even though you don't like it, because you think, well, there's no one else out there, so I'm going to be completely by myself. But that is not true, because if you turn your back on a certain kind of a person and learn how to say no to them and not let those in anymore, there's every kind of person out there. You can find those instead. Now, it might take you some time to get into that energy, to be open and to even be attractive to those other kinds of people. So if you've been in victim mode and you keep on attracting abusers or narcissists or whatever, you've been locked into that. Very disappointing pattern, that for sure. If you break out of that and you start treating those in a different way, saying no to them, being empowered. Abusers and narcissists don't want to be around empowered people. But it might take some time before those people who are empowered too, who are more sorted and healed within themselves, open up to you, because they're going to be looking at you thinking, well, there's some victim energy there. I'm not sure I want to get involved in that because I know what that one's like. So you could feel left out for some time when you do that. So just be careful here, because it feels like the universe is trying to move you on from people here, because you haven't been choosing to move yourself on from people or situations yourself. So yeah, the Tower falls. Why the Five of Pentacles? You're going to have to choose to leave yourself out for a short time so your wishes can come true. The Page of Emotions is the one that dreams it up. It feels like a fantasy at first. More, a fantasy, like a fantasy relationship or a fantasy job or a fantasy lover, friendships, because you've been experiencing the same kind of things. It feels like a fantasy because it doesn't feel like it can be real. It feels like pie in the sky kind of thing. But it can be possible. If you think about it, you exist, Virgo. If you exist, other people like you. There's no copy of you. That doesn't exist. But there's people that are more like you, right? And if you get yourself into balance, then seek out the balanced people. If you get yourself into balance, you will be able to recognize how you got yourself into balance and what balance looks like in other people, to be able to seek them out, and they're going to be more attracted to you as well in that balanced state. So it's not pie in the sky. You can go for the wishes, but there will be a period of feeling left out along the way when you're in transition from one energy to another. Once you start leaving yourself out of those relationships, jobs, patterns, friendships, whatever it is that you don't like, that aren't serving you. What's behind this? Home. So that could be people that you're living with, housemates, family. It could be, yeah, people that you bring into your home, those that you allow into your home. I don't let anyone into my home. I keep I work in my space. It's very rare. It's very rare that people come and see me, or I kind of invite them to. Because the energy is very important. For me to be able to do my work and for me to be able to look after myself, my energy here is very important. You might want to think about that. Who do you let into your space? Now, I'm not just talking about your house, your room. Who do you let into your energetic space, into your mind space? Who do you let into your emotional space? Six of Cups, reminiscing. This is like soulmate, twin flame energy as well. What's this about? Awakening. Your kinds of people. And it seems like you might have had your kind of people in your life before, is what I'm getting from this. but you kind of rejected them before, or you didn't see the benefit in it. Maybe it was just that you needed to heal, and so you had some good people around you before, but you went off in this healing quest to be around certain other kinds of people, unhealed people generally, and then you might realize, you might look back, you might reminisce and realize that, oh, years ago, I used to be around really good people. What happened to me? Well, you went on a quest, you went on a journey, went on an awakening journey and a healing journey. So, yeah, but at least you've experienced it, right? And so look back, reminisce on those good relationships where you could be open and it was safe, and they had your back and they were like solid friendships. Look back on that, remember that, and you've experienced that before. So how did you do that? What were they like as people? What was their focus and all of that? Remember, it's always easier if you've already been through something to tap into that energy. You've got death here as well. Putting an end to old past. So this month you're getting this opportunity to put an end to, and the universe is helping you out. I mean, it's almost forcing you into it, to choose again something that you've experienced. It feels like friendships, relationships, something you've experienced in the past, maybe long ago, that were healthy relationships. But for some reason, you turned your back on that. You left out. You felt, and then you've been going through these repeating patterns, which happens when we're healing ourselves. Because when we're healing ourselves, we tend to attract the opposite of that to show us how to get in that balance. We show how we've been extremely one way, by attracting people that are extremely the other way, like the narcissist and the codependent. Yeah, so if you've had codependency, you'll attract a narcissist to show you that's one extreme of the same wound. You're another extreme of the same wound, to find that balance, which is empowerment and self-love, along with empathy, to find that balance there. So it's okay, you go through that period when you do that, when you attract the extremes, the extreme opposites. It seems, but it's not really opposite. It's the same wound and it's very similar kind of patterning. It's just slightly different. To find that balance, to heal yourself, but then this is inviting you back. Dream again of these healthy relationships. You have experienced it in the past. And just get headed toward that. That's your true home, not the damaged ones. Now, to me personally, I just want to make this a little bit more practical so you can understand it. For me personally, it's the less interesting people in a way. So I used to be attracted to the wanderers, the hippies, the spiritual people, the people like living a bigger kind of a life, you know. They tend to be the wounded ones that are doing that. Now I'm more attracted to the people that are just living normal lives, doing their thing, doing their own thing, because they're not narcissists, yeah. They're not doing anything grandiose or anything that's special because they've got nothing to prove. They're just having a nice life. They're just enjoying themselves, you know. And so, yeah, I tend to be around those people now. They're just living the lives, just focusing on themselves. They're found in very different places then. What's going on in your love life, Virgo? Redirection, I would guess. You've got codependency and love yourself first. Well, after me saying about that, you come on out of a healing phase and it's time to let go of that codependency. Love yourself first, put yourself first. Yeah, so it very well could be that you keep on getting attracted to grandiose kind of people. The braggers, the people that are doing big things, the very special ones, all of that. Wounded people that are making up for it, trying to make up for it with their egos. And it's sneaky. It's sneaky because we want to, when we've been wounded ourselves, we're like, oh, but I am special. Not like everyone put me down and I've been putting myself down, but I am special. So I want to be around the people that also know that they're special. And you go to these grandiose kind of narcissist people, narcissistic people and then wonder what's up with that. The answer is self-love. It's coming out. It's coming out of that codependency, putting other people on a pedestal there. Addictions too. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Some of you, Virgo, you've got addictions going on. You, not them, you, or maybe them too. Love yourself first. Self-respect, self-respect. And that's when you'll like, yeah, look after yourself properly. It's a self-love thing. And honestly, you will be choosing normal people then. Normal people. People ask me, how come you hang out with so many Thai here? Why aren't you hanging out with the Westerners? And it's for this very reason. I choose like the people that are having like normal lives, which generally isn't the Westerners. Yeah, there are some of them, but it generally isn't those. The people that are part of the normal community here, do you know what I mean? Rather than the holiday party, all of that. It's healthier. Show the world the real you. Now, who is the real you? This is connected with this Six of Cups. That's why you're asked to look back because you have had healthy relationships in the past. As I said, it could have been long ago. Just remember what that was like. The normal people. Remember those? And that you were the real you around those. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you've gone off track. You haven't had all you needed to heal yourself. Absolutely. But there's an element of having to get back some part of yourself that was normal in a way. The part of you that wasn't damaged. So when we heal ourselves, when we go through this healing process, it's so easy to look back and say everything was wrong about the old me and those old circumstances, but that's not true. It was a mixture, same as it always will be. And so there are gems to retrieve back from the past you and that person that you were, and those relationships they had, especially in your past. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. So I'm getting this energy that, Virgo, you might have been like banging on the same doors, trying to make this pattern work. This kind of person, it's like, no, but I want to be around these grandiose kind of people. It's like, well, they're unhealed. They're going to be the narcissists. Because you just don't need to do that. I'm not saying that you're not going to do great things. You can do great things, but it's not going to come from that ego place. And you're probably not going to be shouting about it either. It's really a month of unraveling things for you, Virgo. Dragonfly. Be light-hearted, finding out things coming to light. Adapt, change, heal. Yes, a healing month for you, but it's the transformation kind of thing. Now, dragonflies to me, I've got one on my foot on a tattoo. It's a spiritual foundation, having that spiritual foundation. You've also got seduction here. Yeah, this, I'm getting this, Virgo, you're being seduced by the grandiosity. And the grandiosity doesn't have to be like fancy cars and bling, bling, bling. It can be the spiritual grandiosity as well. Just, in fact, it's more toxic. I find that more toxic. It's more insidious. It's sneakier. Beware of that spiritual ego. But you're attracted to it. You're attracted to something here that's not good for you. Temptation. The temptation is there. Ooh, lessons for Virgo. Let's find out more. What else is going on for you in August? Virgo. Chicken cat's lying on the next cards. Sacred reverence. Oh, this is really powerful. Sacred reverence for the journey that you've had so far. Like I've said, don't throw anything for any of it away. You weren't all wrong before. You're not all wrong now, for sure. And yeah, it's just part of the path, but there is a letting go to do, and you know that. You had to do it before, and you have to do it now, a letting go of these same patterns. It's almost like, in fact, it's exactly like you've been looking for love and connection in the wrong places here. It was the right places for your healing journey to be shown how you're out of balance, but it's not right for you in the long term. What else? What energies do Virgo need to tap into in themselves this month? True love. True love. What's it like? A couple of years ago, when I was learning all of this about my attraction patterns and the grandiosity and all of that, and being impressed by people and wanting to be impressive, and that just so much coming from an unhealed place, I saw a couple here, and they were just in the supermarket, and they were just doing normal couple things, buying some stuff, and I'm like, that's what I want. Someone to do the normal stuff with, not the grandiose stuff, the normal stuff with. That was more romantic to me with my more healed perspective than any of the hearts and flowers and all of that stuff. So true love, what is it to you? What's it meaning to you now? What did it mean to you? What could it mean to you? True love. Your wholeness and safety lie within, right? Your wholeness. So you're whole already. You don't need to prove anything or be flashy or any of that. Not from a partner. But this sovereignty actually leads to the deepest intimacy for you to stop using others. Let me stand on my own feet, dear Lord, and know true love. So, do you get what that means? That means if you've been looking for someone that's impressive, Virgo, so because you're not feeling impressive underneath it and you feel like you need to prove yourself and be impressive to feel good enough, you find someone impressive, you're attracted to someone impressive, and you think you can stand on their shoulders and get that feeling of being impressive, impress everyone else because you're with this impressive person. That is coming from that feeling of lack of wholeness, and that is how you get into narcissistic relationships. The sovereignty, when you don't need to do that, when you realize that you're enough by yourself, it leads to the deepest intimacy, and it's not boring now, but it seems boring on the surface of it. You're manifesting boring love, going to the supermarket with someone, kind of love, true love. For the energies this month are trying to redirect you back to that, back to healthy love. Remember it, healthy love. You have had it before. Maybe not in a romantic relationship, but you have had it among friends before. Reminisce on that. Parrot, people, someone will gossip about all your secrets. Oh no. That could be a tower falling down. Whew. You've been seeking attention to try and prove yourself. You can get yourself into tower moments when people will want to bring you down when you're trying to put yourself up there, right? So don't try and put yourself up there. A misunderstanding here. People misunderstand you. Or do they? Or is it that energy that you're putting out there? Like I've just said, if you're trying to prove something, people are misunderstanding your energy. People will tear you down because you don't need to do that. And they're not doing it because they're consciously aware of that. They're doing it because of their weaknesses and stuff like that. But it's still showing something inside of you, right? There's always a lesson for us in there. You got Kate here as well, a vacation, having a vacation, actually physically going somewhere else. It might be a short break in August. And Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. It could be really a month of reminiscing for you and questioning your life, questioning your approach, questioning where you're looking for love, that kind of thing. That's what I'm feeling for Virgo. There you go. If you like this reading, please click that like button down there. And while you're down there, click that subscribe button along with that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have the best August ever. And I will see you tomorrow in the Daily Energy Update.